What's up, guys? Oh my god. What is up, guys? The job market sucks right now. As you've seen in my previous videos, I landed a few interviews with a few companies, and I just wanted to give you guys some advice on what you guys need to do when you look for a job. These are just 3 things that I did. The 3 tips I'm about to give you guys is a little non-negotiable. The job market's tough right now. I know it sucks when it comes to finding a job. Hopefully it helps you guys out. The first piece of advice I would like to give you guys is to network. If you want to go in a specific type of industry, you probably need to network because you're curious as well. Networking can help you get advice from some people who are already in the industry. So here is a networking template that I got. So this is after you connect with the person on LinkedIn. Hey blank, I'm Keon. And then tell them a little bit about yourself. I recently graduated Sacramento State University with a degree in exercise science and a minor in biology. And then tell them where you're working. I'm currently doing this and that. You don't even have to go in depth. This is just what I do. So you tell them a little bit about yourself. You tell them about your current situation. And then you express interest in the industry that you're trying to get into. So it's like, I graduated, I currently work here. Next thing you know is you express your interest. If you would be down to hop on a quick phone call, I would love to ask about your experiences working for blank as blank. So the first blank is the industry or the company, and the second blank is the job position. Thanks for taking your time to read this message and have a good rest of your day. When it comes to networking, people won't always have time. They will probably read your messages and not do anything. So after the thank you, put best regards, your name. Also put form of contact that you want. So for this template I did best regards, Keon Epon, and then I put my phone number in. But yes, networking is important because it gives you a lot of perspectives about the industry that you want to work in. And it's always a numbers game. So the more people you know, the more people you can mention at a job interview. And if you have a really good connection with them, they could even vouch for you during a job interview. A reason people get their jobs is because they have connections, and that's why you need to network. I know a lot of my friends in the healthcare industry got hired via connections because sometimes it's not what you know, it's who you know. I would advise getting to know people in the industry that you want to be in. Just remember, at the end of the day, it's a numbers game. The person who networks with 100 people will do better than the person who networked with only a few people. The second thing I would say, it's a non-negotiable, is tailoring your resume. So that's tip number 2. Tailor your resume to the job that you want. A piece of advice for you is when you submit your resume, there is some AI looking for specific words, especially in the sales industry. I would say if your background doesn't really align with the job you're applying for, use ChatGPT to tailor your resume. AI will sometimes be a factor when it comes to the hiring process. So there's going to be a lot of computer systems that look for specific keywords. So let's say you're in healthcare and going into a sales. Let's do caregiving. When it comes to caregiving, you are helping a lot of people with their daily problems. If you're applying for a higher up healthcare job, you could use healthcare and you could use a general description, because if you say I did this and that and I monitored some health problems with some person, that would be very good when you apply to a healthcare job. So I'll continue this example with caregiving to sales. When it comes to that, I would tailor your resume and change the language. So instead of coming from a healthcare background, you can change the language, or you can ask ChatGPT to turn healthcare, a simple healthcare job, into a sales pitch. So instead of saying, I was monitoring this person's health, you can change that and you can technically say it's still customer service. And when it comes to sales, there's a lot of people who are looking for keywords like service, numbers. So also take your background and just make it numerical too. So that's an example of how I would tailor your resume. Turn that language into a sales language. So customer service, repeatability in your process, organizational skills, quantitative analysis. They want stuff like that. Also, another example of tailoring my resume is sales is a numbers game too. So instead of talking about the biology of things, making it into a numerical achievement. If you were working for like a clothing company or a retail company and your responsibilities was like greeting people, making sure the customer experience is satisfactory, change that and be like, I averaged 150 customer interactions a day. I averaged 10 people signing up for an email subscription. If you're working at like H&M, I averaged like 4 H&M credit card signups. Whatever industry you're trying to get into, tailor your resume so that resume speaks that industry's language. That's tip number 2, tailoring your resume. So tip number 3 is follow up. Following up gets the ball rolling a lot. I've seen a lot of people get jobs just because they follow up. The fact that you follow up means you're hungry for the job. Let's say there is a message that you DM someone on LinkedIn. What if they don't respond? Following up with someone you networked with after they left you on red, or just straight up didn't open your message. Following up with someone makes you look hungrier for the position you want to be in compared to the person who just didn't follow up. There are people who are like hesitant to talk to the person just because, you think you're annoying them, but following up shows grit, especially in the job market. You need to follow up all the time. Just be like, you should set a calendar on follow-ups. Like, I got rejected by my dream job before. I have a calendar to email that person every 3 to 4 weeks. So if you follow up, you'll always be in the loop of things. And if you follow up, people will, like hiring managers, will always recognize that you've been trying way longer than this person has. So let's say you get rejected by a job. I think you should still follow up. If you follow up every month, then that person will already have you in their mind. If you don't follow up, they'll probably forget you, or they will send you an email saying that the job reopened, but they'll forget who you are because the ratios of jobs to applicants is insane. Like, if you think about it, 200 people apply for one job, and you're basically fighting your way to the top. So if you follow up, that shows that you have grit, that shows that you want the job, and it also shows that you're willing to put in that repeatable thing. If you're in someone's face longer or like more consistently, then they'll recognize that. If you don't follow up that much, then the chances of getting a job will be slimmer. Even after you have a job interview, follow up. Follow up before the interview, follow up after the interview. The more you're in the loop, the more willing, the job recruiter or the person hiring you will probably notice that you're more willing to do the job because you just keep following up. So following up shows hunger, it shows grit, and it shows that you're fighting for your way on the top, because there's a lot of applicants for a job. I believe the job I'm trying to do, I'm in competition with like 20 people. That's a lot. And to think that there are like jobs that are like 200. So, yep, those are the 3 keys of advice I'm giving you. So remember, number 1 is to network, number 2 is to tailor your resume, and number 3 is just to follow up on everything. So if you're looking for the job in this economy or in this job market, good luck. But I would say these three things are non-negotiable. So, yeah.